Hi, I'm Stephanie Stevenson, otherwise known as watercolor artiste in online circles. I am the artist at midlifeartist.com, and I can't seem to get away from all kinds of technical difficulties, weather difficulties, any kind of difficulties. Difficulties abound in my life. I guess I'm supposed to probably take those signs and read them and decide maybe I shouldn't be streaming this week. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is coming through. Earlier this evening, right after work, we lost power, had lots of rain come through. Power came back on. I debated on doing the live stream. Decided I'm going to push through, press forward, keep going, defy defy the signs of failure everywhere around me. And then as soon as I start my 8 o'clock live stream, Rumble says, "Oh, you can't. There's a problem." And I couldn't get it to start, so I had to reload for 8:05. And so here I am, and I'm just going to press forward some more. So if you can see me, please say something in the chat and let me know that you're here. You can hear me, see me, all that stuff. I'm having quite a week. I don't understand why it's all going amok. Um, Despite all my plans, trying to be logistically prepared, I just seem to be riddled with some sort of technical difficulty monkey on my back, and I wish it would depart. Anyway, I'm here. I'm streaming. It's not raining. Things are working. Woohoo! All right. Hello there, Goon Cake. Goon Cake is my son. David Goggins' voice. Who's gonna carry the brushes? Aha! I got him. I got him. So welcome to my live stream. It's my normal weekly live stream. I usually do these on Wednesday nights without fail. um, but I have been doing some more live streams other than Wednesday night to try to hit some milestones with my settings for Rumble Creator Program. Anyway, I wanted to make an announcement. Um, Saturday, this coming Saturday, mark your calendars. Okay, so get your calendar out. I'll wait for like 10 seconds. Okay, maybe 5. And mark your calendar for Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central. Um, Ron is going to do a live stream, and he's going to be showing his sketching and inking process, talking about how he arrives at his images. And so I will be in my directorial debut while he does his live stream from right here. So we will post a link for Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. So he can show his artwork is real. It is not AI and it's not computer generated. It is all by hand. So please mark your calendars to join us. Should be fun. And Ron's more of the comedic type than I am, so it should probably cause you to laugh, you know. And again, hopefully I could shed all this bad juju off of me, you know, and have a successful Saturday night one. So we'll pray over that. So I wanted to make sure I remembered to tell you that. I am switching over to oils tonight. If you joined me last night, I worked on this painting that you see to my left. Your right, maybe. Uh, anyway, um, and it was done in acrylic. I have collage papers on it. I showed how to do the collage papers. And so, yeah. Um, and I'm working from this reference. And I'm going to show you my 2 view live stream so you can see I've already got my palette out. I got my palette. I got my solution for my paintbrushes. I even have my paint out let me tell you what I've got out here. I've got transparent red oxide, permanent crimson, titanium white, Hansa yellow, yellow ochre, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, cobalt teal, and then phthalo turquoise. And then I have, in case I need it, some burnt umber to mix with any of these to kind of tone down the chroma if I need it. But yep, it's time to switch over to oils on this. So I'm going to do some background touching here. Let's see. I gotta put this over here, I guess, for now. So yeah, I'm hoping everyone's having a good week. Um, I uh, I was off Monday for the holiday, of course, like most everybody else, and I was off on Tuesday for a vacation day. So my first day of the week was today, uh, and thankfully it wasn't too bad. Let's see here. What I'm going to do, just so you know, is I'm going to work on getting this side of the painting a little bit more white in the background or lighter, and then this side darker. I think some of the abstractions that I've got in the background are actually distracting from him, and I want to mellow those out a little bit without totally obliterating them. So we'll see how I do. But yeah, so I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to take maybe a little bit of my yellow ochre and tint this white so it's not so white. But yeah, so it's been every day we've had rain, thunderstorms, that kind of thing. Last night was fun. You know, if you weren't on the live stream last night I started my live stream, got about a half hour in or so, and it started pouring rain to the point that um, my Starlink couldn't get through the heavy rain. And if you're in Georgia at all, you know, heavy rain is essentially like, you know, a hot, wet blanket of water over everything. And nothing can penetrate that. And it caused me to lose my live stream. So I had to reconnect, in which I did. I reconnected successfully after the rain stopped. And then went for about an hour and a half to maybe almost 2 hours, somewhere in between. And I managed to pull this painting out of that. So it ended up okay. It was just a struggle. All right. Let's see. So let's do, wanna get some of this. And now this was in acrylic that I was working in last night. I am now working in oil. And once you start in oil, you cannot go back to acrylic. So just so you know, if you don't work in paints, then there's a very specific order to things when you're working in mixed media. And the first thing about acrylic is your first painting. If you want to start in acrylic, you don't have to start in acrylic, but acrylic being a fast drying paint is it's real easy to make good progress. I'm just pouring some Galkid into a container. It's a fast drying medium. It helps my oil paint to dry a little faster um, than by itself. So yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take out this edge here without losing some of the abstraction of that I have in the background. I'm trying to take out some of this so that it's less distracting. think some of it is. I'm trying to keep abstraction without losing it, you know, trying to get it so it's not so busy. Not so busy and not taken away from my grandson. I'm not sure. Usually I have Crazy Bear in the chat and I don't see him chit-chatting away. I hope I don't lose him. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to get this less busy, less busy. And then I want to get this side here dark because it's dark in the reference photo that I have. And I want to keep that true to the tonal values, but keep some of the abstraction. And that's a balance that's can be difficult. And of course, I'm not using the same colors I did as last night, obviously, because I'm working in oils. I don't have the same colors in oils as I do in acrylics. So I am working with colors that are very similar. And I don't want to obscure my scriptures. And if you weren't in, I have scriptures that have been collaged onto the canvas. Luke 18:16, James 1:17, Matthew 18:10, Matthew 18:3, and Proverbs 17:6. So yeah, those are the ones that I collaged on. I'm using a big brush. I don't want to get too detailed at this point. I want to just keep things broad. I'm not looking to this foot was way off, so I'm going to just go ahead and paint right over it and correct it as I go. So yeah, what I'm doing is making corrections, keeping tonal values similar, using big brush so I don't get too detailed too quickly. I am going to, one thing I haven't figured out yet. Oh, good. No problem, Goon Cake. I'm glad you made it, Crazy Bear. I made the announcement about Saturday night already. Again, when I had to reschedule the stream due to technical difficulties, as soon as you reschedule it, it makes a different link, unfortunately. And I just couldn't react fast enough. So I apologize to everyone who got lost. Don't get lost. And honey, if you can, post the link to all the social media sites you and I frequent. That would be great. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to one of the things I can't figure out is what I want to do with the grass in front. I don't really want to depict grass And I don't really want to do green because that's not part of my color story. So I've got to figure out something else that I'm going to do down here. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. So yeah, I'm slightly struggling, and this is part of the process really, is, how to develop your painting to the way you want it. And sometimes you change it by painting over it later, which I've done in the past, if you've seen me do that. And most recently, that would have been Nancy Wake. I repainted the whole arm. I had gotten the arm pretty much done with a cigarette and everything, and I repainted it so she was taking a swig of her cigarette, and repainted right over that. So it's not impossible. Is it ideal? No, it's not ideal. But all right. I think I'm going to switch to a slightly smaller brush and get some of these. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this back here. I do think I want to, let's see, do ultramarine blue with some burnt umber to tone down the chroma and make it dark. So I'm getting a nice dark blue here by mixing these two colors. It looks black probably on the screen, but it is not. Okay. All right. Well, we will put reminders out about Saturday night at 6:30. No problem. I don't see anyone in the chat on YouTube, so I don't know if I got it live there or not. I hope so. All right. We're going to, this cheek on this side is a little fat, so we're going to use that. I'm still trying to keep abstraction going here, but I'm not. And then I'm going to do, I want to keep dark tonal value right here. Can you see that? Or am I in the way? My big fat head in the way. Let's see. Again, I'm using a big brush because I don't want to get too specific, too detailed. All right. And then let's see. I am going to put some of this blue down here and here. And they're like broad strokes. Don't be scared, Steph. Don't be scared. You can do it. Down here it's dark. Down here it's dark. And dark here. But yeah, I'm just trying to solidify some areas on here, get him situated And I think I do want to get some more chromatic color, but very select and very specific areas and not overwhelming. This brush holds a lot of the solution, so yes, Erin Manning, I met her at the Dahlonega Art Festival. And if she's on, hello, I hope you can hear me and see me. Um, okay. And hello to you. Welcome. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I want a smaller brush. Doing a smaller brush. Let's see. I'm trying to keep to a color story of yellows and blues, but I want touches of other color. The other night, if you weren't following along, I got paint all over me. It reminds me of what happened last night. Last night when I was live streaming, I had a paper plate of acrylics, not an actual palette. Yeah, sometimes I use a paper plate for a palette. I know. Very professional, right? But um I kept apparently dipping my sleeve into it. So I had to wash it. This is a different sweatshirt I'm working in right now. I tend to get cold, so I'm always wearing a sweatshirt in my house. And I don't see that I was looking to see I don't see anyone chatting in the YouTube on the other side, so maybe she's just watching in the background. So again, welcome. Oh, I need to use some of my fast drying medium. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm using some of my fast drying medium. I'm using a whole bunch of blues because the color story is blues and yellows. And so I'm trying to get that dark on that side. But yeah, I had last night after dipping my sleeve into um I was dipping my sleeve into the acrylic paint thing and not even realizing it. And I guess when I leaned over, some of it got on my the front of my sweatshirt, and I'm like, oh great. So I was a complete mess last night, and I'm probably a complete mess tonight too. But it's okay. Sometimes you just have to go with it. I'm going to get some Hansa yellow and try to get some of these yellows looking spiffy. Hey Ray, hey Zen. Thanks for making it. I had more I had more troubles tonight. Surprise, surprise. Um I had to reschedule my live stream by 5 minutes because for some reason Rumble Studio said, "Oh, there's a problem. Try again later." I'm like, "No, I can't do later." So I had to kind of fight with it. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to obliterate some of this blue right here. Oh, let me put it back on the 2-view live stream here. So yeah, I swear I don't know what's going on that I'm having so much trouble this week, but I persist. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but I persist. But yeah, if you didn't tune in last night, I worked on this from just a very abstracted background, and I got pretty far, uh, not realizing that I would. And so it was nice to do that. I'm trying not to get too many greens. I don't want greens, even though I've got green grass. I want to keep a specific color story. The color story is part of the abstraction. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure how I want to do this other than I'm feeling it as I go along. No mixing of yellows and blues because I don't want greens. I really don't. Um, I'm trying to avoid working on his face right now because I want to get like his shirt is very messy. I mean, it's there, but I'm not happy with it. So I want to try to get some chromatic elements in there. Oh, wow. I hope you can sleep tonight too, Ray. And Zen, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I've been talking away. Um, I hope. All right, Stephanie, what are you doing? This is me talking to myself when I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get, I don't want muddy colors, but I don't want too much chromatic elements. I do want punches of color, and the kind of color that comes out and punches you in the eyeball. All right, maybe not that aggressive, but I want to get an idea that this this shirt is a very specific color, but there's all kinds of color in it. So I wonder if maybe I shouldn't try doing some touches of permanent crimson on this somewhere. See here. Let's just see what happens with that. Let's see here. It's not coming across very well. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. I think his little cheek is a little, a little flat. Let's see here, or a little fat, rather, is what I meant to say. That's better. Not as not as chubby because he's got a skinny face in reality. He's got a skinnier face. Such a handsome boy. Such a handsome boy. There we go. And this grandma is not biased at all. You guys got that? Not biased. Oh, wow. Zin, that's a great news about your wife. That's great news. Awesome. I hope that works out. That way you guys aren't two ships passing in the night. You know what I mean? That'd be nice for you guys. I hope that works out. Here. That's awesome. I've worked one day this week and I'm already ready for another weekend. How bad is that? So yeah, I have I have in the works a another, well, it's in the works in like conceptualizing, but I've got an idea on another painting, the Admirable Masculinity series. I'm going to do a warrior type um, painting. It's going to be the modern day warrior. There's a shadow cast here. Um, and so it's going to have a crossover to a spiritual side where the warrior is like an army guy in the midst of the battle, not in the midst of actual battle, but like the battle scene behind has subsided, but you see remnants of it. And he's kneeling as if he's tired. And then Jesus will be kneeling next to him with a hand on his shoulder, ministering to him. Um, and so that's that's a plan that I have. I'm going to have um, Michael the Archangel um, kind of keeping watch as Jesus ministers to the warrior. Um, I'm not sure yet how I'm going to pull that off, but I try. I'm going to try. I might go ahead and get started on his face here shortly. I need to differentiate between his pants and his shirt. You can see how I'm holding the brush like this and not as like a pencil. If you can hear that, or I'm kind of scraping against the canvas, that's called scumbling. Very technical term. It really is called scumbling. Um, and it's a way of moving paint on the canvas so it's not so thick. My hand's going numb. All right. You know what's going to happen is that to I'm uh I'm going to avoid the bottom until the last because I don't know what I want to do down there. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get all this figured out. And then I have to figure this out. It'll be the last thing I do. Uh, yeah, I am. I'm getting a lot done on this in such a short period. I think it's because I'm inspired, Zen. Um, uh, by the subject matter. You know, real easy to paint somebody you love, even if you're a little intimidated that you might get it wrong. But um, I think I'm gonna do a fairly decent job with it, I think, as representational as I can. Um, but yeah, I want to get some colors here going. I got some transparent red oxide. I'm going to put that down here. Some yellow ochre, and some titanium white. Get that mixed up right here. And shortly I'll pull down palette cam off of the holder it's in, like I usually do, and I'll get up close and personal to this painting for you so you can see. And this is actually not a bad little color right here. I think I got a happy little accident. Bob Ross. Bob Ross is visiting in spirit, I think. Sometimes you have happy little accidents. This is a good color right here. Because you got yellows and blues, but those are two primaries. So sometimes maybe oranges and reds can make their way in, but just not overtake it, because clearly the overarching color is blue. The secondary is yellow. So I want to, I'm not trying for a skin, I'm not really trying for a skin tone color, but that's kind of what I have here at the moment. I wasn't trying for that, but um, I do plan on, and sometimes I just rub my finger in it. Um, but I think I can get some color in here afterwards that will make sense and still be true to um, the essence of the painting, which is a abstract realism painting. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do. Yeah, that would be, it'd be really cool. I really, I do want this to be a successful painting. Um, because, well, he's worth it. And he's going to be a big brother come September. And so, he's so cute. I miss him. I got to see him right after he was born last July, and I got to hold him and rock him, you know, uh, which was great. But I haven't been able to see him since. Um, so far away. Trying to get some fleshy color here. That so he's not looking like pale, weird, pale and weird. No, that sounds strange. But I do want to show you what this looks like when I get there. He looks a little warmer. I think that's what it was. I think even though it was a bright, sunshiny day, it's looking a little cool in terms of the color story. And I didn't want it to be that cool. So I am putting a little warmth back into his skin because I think that's important. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of dodo heads out on the internet that need to get blocked every now and then because being banana brains. But already he's looking warmer, like I think that's better already. Already. I do think that's better. And if I keep to an orange, I think that'll help complement the color story that I've got going here. What do you guys think about that? This, you think that's registering all right? I'll get that in the hands too. The hands are foreshortened like crazy. Let me show you. Let me see if I can show you what the reference photo is. Hold on. Okay, so right there, that's the reference photo that I'm working from. And adorable little boy. Adorable. Yes, I may be biased, but it's also true. Two things can be true. I can be biased and it can be true. So there you go. Um, so yeah. But yeah, that's him. He's adorable. So yeah. I'm gonna come back here in just a second. But that's him. Like I said, he's going to be a big brother, and he won't even know it until he's a little older. But I'm hoping that um come September, I know that my oldest son, um, who is the dad, um, wants to get me up there and said he would help pay for it. And I'm thinking that's the last thing I want him to have to worry about doing because he's got to take care of this baby. Um, so I'm gonna try to do it on my own. So this is me doing a painting for him and for the family up there. I'll get a print of it myself. But I gotta sell some more stuff. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So more stuff. I'm gonna do some more white into this cream color. I'm gonna get some more of my Gal Kid fast drying medium. Ah, he's adorable. I'm enjoying painting this, and I think that's probably why it's going so fast. Is because he's just adorable, and I'm still not in a um I'm not on a specific brush. Like I'm still shoot, that's a little brush. Um, I'm not using a detail brush. There we go. It's hard to paint and check on the chat, so I apologize if I'm missing stuff, guys. But I do think it's looking better, a little warmer, because it was looking too chill, too chill. All right, let's see, what else do we got here? Is what do you think? Yeah, such a he's such a happy baby, um, in all of his pictures. Of course, it's easy to take pictures of a happy baby. I can't imagine what, if he has bad days, but you know, I'm sure all babies do. I had my own. I do think that's better. Let me show you what it's looking like up close. All right, palette cam time. Let's see. Palette cam. We'll make it a little bigger. You can see a little bit better. Here we go. So, from far away, and let me bring you up close so you can see the scriptures that I applied last night. Yeah. See, the foot needs to be developed. All down here needs to get done, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that just yet. So you can see the abstractions in the back there. Oh, not bad, not bad. He's looking a little more brown on the camera than he is here. This is more fleshy than brown, but I have no problem sticking my fingers in paint. But there we go. There's palette cam to show you up close. And then I'm going to shrink this back down, lock it in play, and go back to the two view. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you leave it up to me to do, a video like you do, then I may never get it done. This kind of keeps me honest about doing um doing live streams. It keeps me honest, it keeps me going. And I think again, I'm not talking while I'm doing this. And case in point. You got little toofies here. There we go. Little toofies. I'm trying to figure out what colors I can introduce to this shirt that will help it pop but not lose its This is actually a bright spot behind. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Zen. Yeah. Well, and Ron can pretty much testify to what I'm about to say because he's known me the longest. And I'm putting a little of this red transparent red oxide in again. Um, but when I blogged a lot back in the day, that's when he met me, was when I was on Yahoo 360, which was a blog site. And he I was a prolific blogger. I mean, and the reason being was that um, I journaled a lot as a young girl. So I actually have a lot of diaries, journals, and stuff. And so I'm trying to get a little bit of color into this and get some red where it really is kind of dark. Um, and I'm very transparent about who I am, what I do, and all that stuff. And and that's how Ron met me. And he can testify essentially that I am this transparent. I don't know how to be anything else, to tell you the truth. Uh, I don't know how to fake it. And I'm not saying anyone else is. I'm just saying that this is who I am. Take it or leave it, and I'm okay, because I don't know how else to be. Trying to not have hard edges. So yeah. So Ron knew what he was getting, and he found out it's for real. And what you see right now is who I am. Yeah, I mean, there are times when I don't speak my mind online or anything like that, because sometimes that's not wise. But that face is just coming right on out, isn't it? Hello, honey. This is about as close as I can get to him right now. Get those eyeballs going too. I'm looking at the chat right now. Now, I've seen your tutorials, Ray, on your Rumble channel. What's your Rumble channel, Ray? If people want to go check it out, um, on Rumble, he does tutorials. He's got the Adobe kind of stuff too, right? Adobe stuff. Let's see here. I like that I'm getting some of this warmer color in. This really makes a difference. I'm feeling better about this already. He's got an ear. He's got an ear. There you go. There we go. It's definitely looking warmer. All right. Okay, so on Rumble, Ray's channel is REIX2. So, all right. So yeah, if you want to know a lot about, you know, Adobe Photoshop, you can go check out Ray's channel. He's got some some tutorials on Rumble if you're interested in learning that. I can't get into the digital stuff myself. I'm definitely more traditional artist in that regard. Yep. So Art of Zen is also. Hi, Erin. Hello. I just saw you pop up on the Rumble chat. Erin, welcome to the chat. Everybody, welcome Erin to the chat. Erin is a wonderful lady I met at the Dahlonega Art and Wine Festival, and she was very, very kind enough to purchase. I think you purchased 3 prints of mine, didn't you, Erin? But yeah, I'm grateful that you stopped by and that you were inspired to purchase some prints, and I hope you're enjoying them. Very sweet lady. Very, very glad to have met you, and I'm glad you're joining in tonight. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. And so yeah, welcome her to the chat, everybody. Let's see here. I'm now again focusing because I'm a dork. All right, there we go. Kinda. There you go. Look at that face. Oh my gosh. That's 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 my boy right there. A proud grandma right here. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the owl. You know, it's funny. The owl is up on my idea board behind me, the original. It's actually not very big. Most of my artwork tends to be on the bigger side. Um, and so there we go. Let me show you, Erin, the original. I keep it up on my inspiration board. I call it my inspiration board. Let me show you on my palette cam. We will open this up a little bit bigger. Now my art room is a mess. So yeah, here's my palette, my painting. Look at that. Love, love that face. Anyway, but here's my idea board. Trying to see. Okay. This is artwork that I've done. Um, I still got Christmas light strand. So yeah, but you can see I've got graphite and charcoal, pen and ink, pastel, watercolor, um, Zentangle, and then there's my owl right there. And the owl is gouache. Um, and if you're familiar with gouache, then I don't have to tell you, but if you're not, gouache is an opaque water-based paint. Art of Zen likes to work in that as well in the chat. This was my Christmas card watercolor this year. The one behind it was from last year. But yeah, I keep this board in my art room here, and you see my messy art cart, my other easel there. But yeah, so Just so you know, Aaron, this octopus is what started me on my journey in 2022, actually. That's a 10-minute art watercolor. So I did that octopus in 10 minutes. Um, and and then that's what happened. I'm now doing all kinds of stuff here, but yeah. So there you go. I do have the original here, and I never thought to. It's funny, I've never thought to put it on the art thing or whatever. I like it up on my board, I guess. But yeah. And the owl's great because he's got this look like, what are you looking at kind of look. But thanks. What medium do you like to work in, Erin? Let's see here. It's a very light, do a little bit of orange. I mean, yellow ochre here. I actually don't want that as red. There we go. A little lighter. Trying to do his hair. See here. What else? This is actually very light over here. But yeah, what do you like to work in? Oil, experimenting with different surfaces. Oh, nice. Ah, oh, cool. And yeah, I don't think, Ray, you were involved. When I did my Christmas cards, I was still in the other group. And, uh, and so, yeah, I don't think you got a chance to get a card from me, I don't think, on that. Um, I try to do a Christmas card every year. So if you're interested in that come Christmas, and I'm still able to do it, let me know you want a card and send me a message with the address you want me to send it to, and I will definitely make sure um, to get you a card. So adorable. Okay. I'm avoiding hands and feet. I'm not the only artist in the chat and in the group here that's scared to do, not scared, just intimidated about trying to do hands and feet. And I try to tell myself, just paint what you see, not what you know. That's essentially the mantra. Because if you try to paint what what you know, you will get it wrong. Paint what you see, And so we got a thumb here. There's a thumb. And then we got a shadow area here. And we got a finger that comes forward, foreshortened. We got a shadow. So yeah, I'm trying to paint what I see. And it's sometimes it's hard. I know I'm painting a little too big of a finger here, I think. This is not easy. It really is not easy. Not easy at all. And then I got a big cast shadow down here. I can't tell you how many times I painted Ron's hand in the painting called Left Unattended. If you've not seen that, that's on my website at midlifeartist.com, and where he's dressed up as a chef coming out of a dark area, kind of a chiaroscuro kind of. I'm trying to get a hand here. The chiaroscuro lighting, and I think I painted his hand or hands plural um, several times over. And so I'll probably end up doing that here too. You get a sense of a hand here, but I definitely, when I look at this, his knuckles are all in line, and I got him kind of going up a little bit. And then, all right, well, it's starting to look like that. Oh, so you work on big canvas. Nice. 36 by 48. I haven't worked that large. I think my largest is the 30-inch square, which is what you saw at the Amazon and the Resilient painting at the show. So yeah, Ray, we'll have to do a Christmas card exchange come Christmas in the group. Paint the light, highlights. Paint the light, highlights and shadows. All shapes will come in. Good point. The group shall not be named. Yeah. In pen and ink, breaking down all shapes into simpler, smaller shapes is the way I've had to do exercises. And just so you know, Aaron Gooncake is my youngest son, and he's a budding pen and ink artist as well. And let's see here. Have you ever tried to dictate the word chiaroscuro into your phone? No. Peanuts, peanut shapes. Yeah, well, I don't know if peanuts work with babies' fingers. You know what I mean? Now look, okay. Now look at this foot right here. He got a big old toe separated from the rest of his toes. He's just full of energy, and I got to figure out how to paint that. Ah. All right, we're gonna get some color down here in this toe and in this foot, and see if I can't get started on this. Oh my gosh. We gotta get, oh, and I think I'm a little cut off on the camera, unfortunately. So we got little toes. Yeah, gonna have to. I've been using the same brush for a while now. Maybe I need to switch it up. Sometimes I don't know if you're like this, Aaron, or not, or Zin, but I sometimes stick with the same size brush throughout the whole thing, and there's no need to struggle that way if you don't have to. You know what I mean? Now this foot over here, can you guys see that? Oh, you can. Okay, good. This foot, you got a big old toe over here. So yeah, I'm going to use some Galkid, fast drying medium. I got little toe, squish toe, and hidden toes. So little hidden toes. Again, and down here, there's grass that is coming up, obscuring the foot. But I don't want to draw the grass, paint the grass. I don't want to paint the grass. I think the grass is immaterial. So either I've got to either give up on that or come up with an alternative. And I'm not sure yet what I'm doing about that. So yeah, I'm outside my element. I'm doing, abstraction here, but realism at the same time. See here. Maybe I need to work on those eyes now. Let's see. Is the background still too busy over here that you guys think? Is it too busy? Do I need to break it up some more? Or is that I'm trying to determine if it's too busy and it's taking away from him. I'm catching up on the chat, everybody. Hang on. Saturday when I do my live stream, I'm going to do my pen and ink blindfolded. Ah, careful, Crazy Bear, for you. I can make sure that happens. 1/4 inch brushes, and that is not cutting it on this huge canvas. Yeah, no. Dark Ride Arts on YouTube. I'm not seeing anything on the YouTube chat, so I don't know what's happening over there. So I apologize if you're on YouTube and you're chatting. For some reason, it's not showing up on my screen. So as someone happens to mention it, like Crazy Bear, please forgive me for not noticing. I am trying to be more attentive. But thank you, Dark Ride Arts on YouTube, for your comment. I appreciate it very much. Let's see here. Let's see. Now he's got greenish blue eyes in reality, almost like the same color as his shirt in this reference photo. Well, if you're ever interested, Erin, in being in part of a group, um, Art of Zen, Ray, myself, Crazy Bear for you. We actually have a art group on Truth Social. So I don't know if you're on Truth Social or not, but you're welcome to join us and post your art with us and have support group there, and so yeah, if you're interested in joining the group and hanging out with us online from time to time, feel free to come on over to Truth Social. Our group is called the Arts Collective because we're not just visual arts. We enjoy good writing, crafters, and things like that. So we try to keep each other encouraged and the like. So yeah, so if you're interested in being part of our little community, you are more than welcome to join us. Um, if you would like. Uh, love to have you. I'm trying to work this foot a little bit down here. But yeah, if you decide you want to come, and if you don't, that's okay too. Uh, I am on Instagram as well. My Instagram is midlife artist dot bleh, midlife artist dot art. But yeah, we're a very supportive group of each other. We really we care about being supportive and helpful and things like that. And we encourage people to post their, you know, websites or whatever. So it's not like, you can't post that stuff. I got toes, I think, down there. I got toes. Toes, I tell you, toes. All right. Not bad. I'm making progress. Aaron's Art 2026. Let's see here. Aaron's Art 2026. Let me see if I can find you here. Aaron's Art. Aaron's Art 26. Aha. Follow. All right. I found you. I just followed you as well. Very nice. Very nice. Cool beans. But yeah, if you like a group and you want encouragement and the like, we'd love to have you. And again, there's no pressure or anything. If you if you're like me, you might be on enough enough social media to say I'm all set. You never know. So keep wanting to go back to his eyes, but at the same time, I kind of want to leave him alone for now. Oh, what do you guys think? I'm probably up against my yeah, I post on Instagram, but I rarely know what the heck I'm doing. I think I know enough just to do simple posts. They've got all kinds of different post styles, but I don't know half the time what I'm doing. So I get lucky, I think. All right, cool, Ray. Yeah, I think I saw you post something on Facebook about Instagram or something, Ray, and I'm like, "Oh, he's on Instagram," and you mentioned it because you used to run a group or something on Instagram. So I connected with you. Let me go ahead and do one more palette cam close up. And then I think I'll go ahead and round it out because um and I'll before I round it out, I'll do some reminders and things like that. But let me go to palette cam real quick. I have to squint because I got trifocals. Here we go. Palette cam. Alrighty, here we go. Messy, messy palette. All right, here we go. This is a 24-inch square canvas, by the way. And you can see I got feet showing up now. I got feet. I got a little bit of a hand. That hand still needs help. But but yeah. So I prayed over him and I got scripture on there about, you know, how God regards children. So I got that. And I wanted to do yellow and blue because blue for boys, but yellow for like, construction color, like the Tonka toys and stuff, because his dad is in, in construction and he's already been in the excavator. So, it just seemed like a natural fit. So if you wondered why I went with yellow and blue, that's why. Blue because boy, yellow because of Tonkas. But yeah, you can see I got to get the eyes paint the this is still the acrylic part here in the eyeballs, but yeah. I'm gonna get some punches of color. I do think maybe I need a punch of orange, a little bit more orange than what we're seeing here. Um, but yeah, that's a 24-inch square canvas, and I got I got things hiding and tucked away. I got more stuff tucked away. I got a big old canvas, 24 by 36. There's my sketchbook. I'm working on some characters for my husband's tabletop role-playing game. There's my husband's canvas he hasn't touched in a while. I think that's more my fault than his. Um, so yeah, this is this is my library. I'll go ahead and just do a spin around here because it's a mess. But this is our library and my art room. You see, we got lots of books and stuff. So yeah. So there you have it, folks. There's how it looks so far. And that again, I'm very passionate about the subject matter, so I think I'm really kind of cruising on my progress with it. But let me bring you about to some reminders and stuff here. Let me hopefully I didn't dunk my arm in paint again like I did last night. But let's see here. No, I don't do TikTok, by the way. I don't know. I'm doing good just to keep up with what I've got, but I don't do TikTok. But feel free to exchange TikTok handles and whatever. Connect. Awesome. Let's see here. I was on Kara, but I forgot my login, and so I just stick to True Social, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, and YouTube right now. And of course, my own website, midlifeartist.com. The True Social group is called The Arts Collective. And uh, my handle is, what's my handle over there? Hold on a second. Profile. All right. So if you go on True Social, my handle is the @ symbol H2O for water, and then color artist, all as one word. So H20 color artist is my handle on True Social. And the nickname on the account is GA_watercolor artist. Yeah. And you'll see my roses, my brand as my banner. And you'll see that's my account, and I'm the owner of the group, the Arts Collective. And Ray, Zin, Crazy Bear, we're all admins. So you'd be in like Flynn, you just let us know what your account is. If you go ahead and join True Social, again, we'd love to have you. No problem there. And that goes for anyone who is watching who's artistic or enjoys artwork. So yeah, again, it's a group that enjoys the creative side of life, and we encourage each other. No politics in the group, unless, of course, you're a political cartoonist and your cartoons are your artwork. We don't have too many of those. But in terms of politics, we don't do that in our group. It's strictly for the creative. So if you're a writer, a crafter, a digital artist, traditional artist, um, we'd love to have you. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Ray put it out there, the Arts Collective. Okay. So yeah, so if you haven't yet, please mark your calendar for this coming Saturday. Okay, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central. Ron, my husband, who is Crazy Bear for you in the chat, he's going to be doing a live stream where I'll direct the stuff, and he's going to be the one doing the live stream. He's going to show you his sketching, his inking, what he does. He's going to talk about his tabletop role-playing game project, for which, um, if you haven't been following me, and I know that Erin hasn't until recently, but there's a collaboration. As you know, Erin, I collaborate with my sister-in-law, Lisa, on her books. I did the Resilient cover for her, but I also collaborate with my husband on his tabletop role-playing game. And I'm currently working on sketches for his Zalubra tribe people group. But I've done a couple of cover arts for his resource group books that turn out to be the limited edition runs of those books. And then the original art he's going to use in his upcoming Kickstarter, I believe, in some way, shape, or form. So I have a bunch of watercolors that I've done for his project. So yeah, if you go back in some of my videos, you'll probably see some of that. From at least a year or so ago, I was doing some watercolors for him. Um, so yeah, let's see here. Yeah. Oh yes. My son Gooncake, he posted that if anyone is interested in pen and ink beginner starting on his journey, uh, with a manga type focus, he's got his YouTube channel. So please visit Gooncake's YouTube channel. That's my son. He's just getting started on pen. Go to his channel, check him out, and give him some encouragement. He's learning really fast. And so I expect to see great things from him as time goes on. If you don't want to call him Gooncake, and I don't know where that came from, I'm not asking Nick. His name is Nicholas. But yeah, um, so Nicholas is my youngest son. He's an adult up in New England, and he's in pen and ink. My oldest son is the dad of my grandson, and he's in construction. My youngest son does auto body work. So, so yeah, they're both hands-on in their jobs. But in any case, what I need to do is, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to do another live stream, by the way, before the week is done. Again, I'm trying to shoot for the Rumble Creator Program requirements that I got into the program for May, but most of May I was prepping for and getting ready for the May 2nd Kahata Fair, Town Fair, and then the Dahlonega Art and Wine Festival at the middle of May. So I lost more than half the month in doing that type of stuff that I wasn't able to do online content. So I am trying to reach the goals for the Rumble Creator Program. I have one more raid I've got to do. So if you would indulge me when I finish out this live stream, I'm going to have this live stream raid another live stream on Rumble. That'll get me to that particular requirement as done for the month. I think I have to do 5 raids. I've done 4 out of the 5. So if I do one tonight, then I've hit that one for sure. And I don't know what happens if I don't hit all the markers. I don't know what happens. It's all so new. I'm trying to figure it out, but at least they give a framework, in Rumble, where, this is what you need to do in order to make more money, whatever that looks like. I have no idea. Where YouTube doesn't seem to be as specific for me. It's not as easy to follow. They changed the algorithm. I don't know what to do with YouTube other than stream to it when I can. So I do this part-time. I got so many learning curves, it's ridiculous. So forgive me for being a noob on some of these things, but let's see if there's a um, let me see if there's a Rumble live stream that's worthy of rating. Bear with me as I take a look. Work out what's your excuse me. What's your channel name on YouTube, Nicholas? Make sure that it's in the chat. Now, the other thing I need you guys to do, if you can, is put a comment down in the comments, not just the chat, which is what you're doing right now is in the chat. In the video comment section, please leave a comment of some kind. Press the like button, share if you can. That would be great on this live stream. Let's see here. We're going to look at the live streams happening right now. I think what we'll do is we'll make, I don't think I rated the Timcast. Did I? I have to make sure it's different. I don't think I rated Timcast. So if I rate Timcast, then that should hit me there on that one. So we'll do that. But okay. So Nicholas's YouTube channel is at symbol Nico does draw. NICODOESDRAW. Yep. And we just keep Wednesday nights open at 8 o'clock. For sure I'm here on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. I do extra content because of this creator program. I'm at the end of the month. I'm trying to hit those things. I do plan on trying to do another night on a consistent basis, on a regular basis, long term. I have to figure that out. But in any case, I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry for keeping you guys. I try to respect time. I usually end at 9:30. But I appreciate all the chatting tonight, and I just didn't want to let it go so quick. After a rough start to tonight's live stream and a horrible live stream last night and other things happening, this was a great ending to this live stream. So I appreciate very much chatting with you. Aaron, it was good to chat with you, and I loved meeting you, and I hope we can keep connected online, and feel free to come back to my live stream on Wednesday nights. I'm going to go ahead and type in the raid here for the Rumble. We're going to raid another live stream and call it quits for the night. You guys have a good night, have a good rest of the week, and a good weekend coming up. Love you guys. Talk to you again another night. And here we go. We're raiding. All right, we are raiding. There we go. We'll see you next week, if not sooner.